The United Steelworkers continues to sound the alarm about the dangers of the Nippon takeover of U.S. Steel. The promised investment from Nippon has already decreased by $3 billion.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Every week, workers organize unions, bargain new contracts, win grievances, and put the bosses in their place. But the media doesn't talk about it, so we want to talk about it. Here's what workers in the U.S. South and the American colonies were up to from June 13th to the 20th. In new union campaigns, 78 workers at Norfolk Botanical Gardens in Norfolk, Virginia, filed a petition to hold a union election with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, IAMAW. 20 workers at SPX Cooling Technologies in Springfield, Missouri, filed a petition to hold a union election with the International Association of Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers, SMART, Local 208SM. 18 workers at Starbucks in Kansas City, Missouri, filed a petition to hold a union election with Starbucks Workers United, and 13 workers at Twin City Toyota in Herculaneum, Missouri, filed a petition to hold a union election with the IAMAW District 9. In election results, 14 workers at Quest Diagnostics in Marietta, Georgia, voted against unionization with the Teamsters Local 728. 4 workers at Luxottica of America in Sterling, Virginia, voted in favor of unionization with the Sunglass Hut Dulles Airport Employees Union.
Not one I hear every week.
Yeah. 15 workers at CBRE in Washington, D.C. withdrew their petition for a union election with IUOE Local 99. 8 workers at Phillips 66 in Savannah, Georgia, voted in favor of decertifying their union, the United Steelworkers, USW Local 643. And 32 workers at Vestas Services in Dallas, Texas, voted in favor of unionization with the Teamsters Local 745. In grievances, unfair labor practices, and court cases, a federal judge has ordered the reinstatement of some NIH grants. The UAW, which represents 5,000 fellows at the NIH, applauded the move. The courts also granted a partial injunction to a coalition of municipalities, mostly in the South, that sued the Department of Health and Human Services over funding cuts. HHS now has to issue the grants while the case proceeds. AFSCME, a party to the suit, applauded the move. The nation's largest nurses union condemned the Supreme Court's decision regarding Tennessee's transgender health care ban for minors.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
In strikes and bargaining updates, workers at Lufthansa Technic in Puerto Rico, unionized with the IAM, held a rally last week demanding a fair contract after 3 years of the company stalling at the bargaining table. The 200 workers organized at the aviation company back in 2022. The United Steelworkers continues to sound the alarm about the dangers of the Nippon takeover of U.S. Steel. The promised investment from Nippon has already decreased by $3 billion. The union says that even though the media will move on, the union will stay focused on the fight, particularly as contract negotiations kick off next year. The United Campus Workers in Alabama released an open letter condemning the University of North Alabama's decision to privatize their groundskeeping staff. Nurses at the University Medical Center in New Orleans, unionized with National Nurses United, announced that they are preparing to strike on Monday. They say that the hospital is unfairly retaliating against union activists and fired one of the most prominent leaders back in May. The union is demanding he be reinstated. The Teamsters union is announcing that 3,000 Teamsters, members of Local 577 in Amarillo, Texas, at Tyson Foods, will be voting to authorize a strike next week due to the company's refusal to bargain in good faith. The union says workers are demanding higher wages, more paid time off, improved benefits, and protection against excessive overtime. They say that instead of giving the workers a fair contract, Tyson, a company that has reported over $50 billion in revenue last year, has been dragging its feet at the bargaining table. Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Tennessee announced that they are laying off 650 employees. In political and legislative updates, the VA under Trump has changed some of its bylaws, removing language prohibiting personnel from discriminating against patients because of their marital status or political beliefs. It also removed language forbidding management from discriminating against candidates for positions based on national origin, sexual orientation, marital status, membership in a labor organization, or lawful political affiliation. The VA did say, though, that federal laws and a 2013 policy directive would still ban discrimination based on those categories, even if the VA bylaws no longer do. Under the Senate version of the budget bill, Republicans seek to make federal employment even worse for new employees, increasing retirement contributions for all new hires to at least 9.4% of their salary and 14.4% of their salary if they want to keep their civil service protections. The Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen, BRS, is condemning the company's latest attempts to deregulate rail even further. If we missed something, let us know about your union updates at tvlr.fm/contact.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.